This lecture performance is part of a bigger project that is called The User and the Beast. She has been also one of our research fellow, and you can also find their paper online, as we mentioned, and we will have then later a conversation with her and all the other fellows in the keynote that will follow. But now I would like just to introduce properly Joanna for this great performance. She is an artist and researcher, also professor of networks at the Academy of Media Art of Cologne. And this lecture introduced the research that she has been developing at the Institute, specifically this paper that is called Cookies at War. But in particular, the focus of her project is the advertising technology industry, or better, ad tech. That is the primary revenue stream for companies like Google and Facebook, for example, and how it collects data, tracks users, and optimizes online advertising. The whole idea of this performance is that you will follow what you will say, also looking at the screen of your mobile phone. After that, we will have a break of half an hour, and then we will start with the keynote investigating the kill clouds that will bring together all the fellows of the Disruption Network Institute. They will present their research that they did in the past 15 months, so it's a very important moment for us. So happy also to welcome Joanna on stage, and thank you again, Jesslyn Radak and Thomas Drake.
In 1837, Samuel F.B. Morse is granted a patent for the electromagnetic telegraph. 1838, the Boulevard du Temple, a daguerreotype made by Louis Daguerre, is generally accepted as the earliest photograph to include people. 1839, William Otis patents the first steam shovel, a transformative development that revolutionized multiple industries, contributing significantly to economic growth, technological advancement, and societal progress. 1841, Volney B. Palmer opens the first U.S. advertising agency in Philadelphia. 1843, Scottish inventor Alexander Bain invents a device that could be considered the first facsimile machine. He called his invention a recording telegraph. 1844, the transmission of the message "What had God brought" between Washington, D.C. and Baltimore publicly inaugurates the first commercial telegraph line using Morse design, establishing long-distance electric communication as practical, commercially viable, and relatively easy to operate. 1845, Gutta percha, a natural rubber from Southeast Asian trees, becomes crucial for underwater telegraph cables due to its insulating properties and seawater resistance, but its high demand led to unsustainable harvesting and supply collapse. 1854, the Atlantic Telegraph Company successfully lays the first transatlantic telegraph cable, connecting Ireland to Newfoundland, Canada. 1856, U.S. photographer Matthew Brady, who studied under Samuel Morse, creates the first example of modern advertising at the New York Times. 1860, the history, theory, and practice of the electric telegraph reports how 33 offices of the American Telegraph Company were linked together in order to conduct a business meeting. 1860, the Cobden-Chevalier Treaty, considered the first modern free trade agreement, is signed. 1861, the first experiments with RGB in early color photography are made by James Clerk Maxwell. 1864, William James Carlton of the Carlton and Smith Agency began selling advertising space in religious magazines. 1870, the Second Industrial Revolution begins. 1871, Amir Badeau devised a system for switching a single line among a number of simultaneous telegraph users. 1873, Willoughby Smith experiments with selenium and light, revealing the possibility to transform images into electronic signals. 1876. Alexander Graham Bell makes the world's first long-distance telephone call, a one-way, non-reciprocal transmission over a distance of approximately 9 kilometers between Brantford and Paris in Ontario, Canada. 1877. James Walter Thompson purchases Carlton and Smith, renaming it to J. Walter Thompson, the first known advertising agency to incorporate a creative department. It is also the first agency to provide a wide range of advertising services to clients, including copy, layout, package design, trademark development, and rudimentary market research. 1879, the United States Geological Survey is created. One of the agency's main mission is to provide scientific information on the availability and distribution of mineral resources essential for the economy, national security, and technological development of the United States. 1881, at the Paris International Electrical Exhibition, Clement Ader demonstrates the transmission of music from local theaters using telephone lines. 1882, the first commercial power plant in the world, the Pearl Street Station, begins operations on September 4th in New York City. 1885, King Leopold II of Belgium forcibly dispossesses Congolese kings and Congolese people of their land through invalid treaties and establishes rubber plantations throughout the use of military violence, giving birth to the history of mineral extraction in Congo. 1885, the first debate in crowd psychology begins in Rome at the First International Congress of Criminal Anthropology on November 16. 1888, in his influential utopian novel Looking Backward, 2000, 1887, Edward Bellamy envisioned a future where homes could access music 24 hours a day through telephone lines. 1890, Herman Hollerith's tabulating machine, a device that processed U.S. Census data using punch cards, is first used officially in the 1890 census, marking the first major step towards automated data processing systems. 1893, the Telephone Hero Mondo, a telephone newspaper located in Budapest, provides news and entertainment to subscribers over telephone lines, becoming the first service to electronically deliver a wide range of spoken and musical programming to a diverse audience. 1901, a commentator quoted in the November 4 edition of the Los Angeles Times predicts that someday men and women will carry wireless telephones as today we carry a card, case, or camera. 1902, the All Red Line, a system of electrical telegraphs that links much of the British Empire, inaugurates. From 1902 until 1910, George B. Waldron, working at Mahins Advertising Agency, uses tax registers, city directories, and census data to show advertisers the proportion of educated versus illiterate consumers and the earning capacity of different occupations, in what is believed to be the first example of demographic segmentation of a population. 1903, early reports of the telephone being used for direct marketing appeared in an article in March 14 at the Dry Goods Reporter. 1911, Carl Pearson, credited with establishing the field of mathematical statistics, establishes the world's first university statistics department at University College London. 1913, the Guggenheim brothers, who controlled Kennecott Copper, acquired the Chuquicamata mine, the world's largest open-pit copper mine in terms of excavated volume, through their subsidiary, the Chile Copper Company. 1914, World War I begins. 1914, modern psychological operations in war begin. 1914, Daniel Starch, considered to be one of the pioneers of marketing and consumer research in the early 20th century, publishes the pioneering work Advertising, its principles, practice, and technique, introducing methods to measure advertising effectiveness. 1917, in a QST magazine article, Irving Vermillion discusses a private telegraph network created in 1903 that connected 42 locations in Mount Vernon, New York, creating a 24-hour messaging system for local youth. 1917, the aerial target, developed by the British Army, becomes the world's first powered drone aircraft to fly under radio control. 1919, in The Hague, the Netherlands, BCGG starts broadcasting on November 6, making it, arguably, the first commercial broadcasting radio station in the world. 1922, New York radio station WEAF broadcasts the first paid radio commercial. 1922, Benito Mussolini becomes the Prime Minister of Italy. 1923, Crystallizing Public Opinion by Edward Louis Bernet, an American pioneer in the field of public relations and propaganda, is published. The book is considered as one of the first to define and explain the field of public relations. 1927, the Bayan Oval Mining District, the world's largest producer of rare earth elements critical to advanced technologies, including electronics, renewable energy, and defense applications, is first discovered. 1927, the Radio Act of 1927 is signed, allowing major networks such as CBS and NBC to gain a 70% share of U.S. broadcasting, turning the radio into a lucrative commercial enterprise. 1929, the Great Depression starts. 1933, Hitler becomes the Chancellor of Germany. 1936, Spanish Civil War begins. 1939, Second World War begins. 1940, Ernest Dichter, who pioneered the application of Freudian psychoanalytic concepts and techniques to business, in particular to the study of consumer behavior in the marketplace, is portrayed as the first to apply to advertising the really scientific psychology in an article published by Time magazine on March 25th. 1941, the Foreign Broadcast Monitoring Service, also called FBMS, is created, marking a significant early step in formal US government open source intelligence gathering. 1941, Bulova Watches produced the world's first television advertisement on July 1st, the first day that commercial advertising was permitted on television. 1943, the foundational articles on cybernetics are published, introducing the principles of feedback and control in mechanical and biological systems. 1944, the World Bank is established. 1946, venture capital investment firms begin to emerge, notably with the founding of American Research and Development Corporation and J.H. Whitney and Company. 1947, Cold War begins. 1948, the apartheid begins. 1949, the American Soldier, a groundbreaking series of social science research projects conducted during World War II, focusing on the attitudes, behaviors, and morale of the US soldiers, is published. Led by sociologist Samuel A. Stauffer and a team within the US Army's research branch, this project aims to systematically investigate the experiences of soldiers on a large scale, using innovative survey methods and statistical analysis to gather and interpret data. 1949, George Orwell's 1984 novel is published. 1952, the National Security Agency, the NSA, is formed in the US. 1954, the Regency TR-1 becomes the first commercially manufactured transistor radio. It costs $49.95, equivalent to about $500 today, and comes in several colors, including black, ivory, mandarin red, and cloud gray. 1956, the field of artificial intelligence, AI, is founded at a workshop held on the campus of Dartmouth College in the US, funded by the Rockefeller Foundation and the Office of Naval Research. 1957, Stuart Lloyd at Bell Labs, a US military contractor, developed the K-means algorithm, a clustering method that would become fundamental to data analysis and pattern recognition. 1958, American Express creates a worldwide credit card network. 1958, the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency, shortened DARPA, a key research and development agency within the United States Department of Defense, is founded. DARPA's mission is to create innovative technologies to enhance national security and maintain the technological edge of the US military. 1959, the US data firm Cybermatics Corporation, a pioneer in the use of algorithms to target voters and consumers, is founded. 1960, the 60s counterculture movements begin. 1961, Project Agile, a US government initiative aimed at exploring methods of remote, limited asymmetric warfare to support the fight against communist insurgencies, is established. 1963, J.C. Arlick Kleider, head of the Information Processing Techniques Office at the US Department of Defense, sent an office memorandum to his colleagues, addressed to members and affiliates of the Intergalactic Computer Network. This memo presented one of the first visions of a global computer network, as he imagined an electronic commons open tool, the main and essential medium of informational interaction for governments, institutions, corporations, and individuals. 1964, the first true commercial database system called the Integrated Data Store, developed at the Computer Division of General Electric, becomes available. 1965, the first finger-driven touchscreen is developed by Eric Johnson of the British Army's Royal Radar Establishment in the UK. 1967, Project Minaret begins operations as a surveillance program that collects all telegraphic data entering or exiting the United States. 1967, Richard Brautingham's poem All Watched Over by Machines of Loving Grace is published, presenting an enthusiastic vision of a technological utopia where machines enhance and protect human lives. 1968, Douglas Engelbart's Mother of All Demos introduced the groundbreaking online systems and previewed future staples of modern work life, including email, hypertext, word processing, video conferencing, and the computer mouse. 1969, students at MIT and Harvard University attempt to shut down research at their universities related to ARPANET, the earliest version of the Internet developed by the US Department of Defense, fearing it could be used by the government to surveil American citizens and deter progressive social movements. 1969, Axiom, one of the world's largest data brokers, is founded. 1970, the relational data model, a fundamental breakthrough in storing, organizing, and querying large amounts of data, is introduced by E.F. Gott at IBM. 1971, the term Silicon Valley appears in print in an article titled Silicon Valley, USA, published in the January 11 issue of the weekly trade newspaper Electronic News. 1973, Talkomatic, the first multi-user chat system, launches. 1974, Microsoft is founded. 1976, Apple Computer is founded. 1978, the U.S. Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act of 1978 is ratified. The act establishes procedures and oversight for electronic surveillance and physical searches conducted for foreign intelligence purposes. 1979, the first commercial cellular network, the 1G generation, is launched in Japan by Nippon Telegraph and Telephone, also called NTNT. 1982, the main concept of a network of smart devices is first discussed with a modified Coca-Cola vending machine at Carnegie Mellon in the US. 1983, miniaturized GPS technology appears. 1984, the novel Neuromancer by William Gibson is published, introducing the term cyberspace to the world. 1985, Satoshi Watanabe publishes Pattern Recognition, Human and Mechanical, formalizing the field of pattern recognition and highlighting its interdisciplinary nature. 1986, the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency Mission Center for Counterterrorism is formed. 1987, Akira Yoshino patents what would become the first commercial lithium-ion battery. 1988, Arcade is founded. 1990, Archie, the first internet search engine, launches. 1991, the first website appears. 1991, Tucci launches, and with it comes the ability to access media content on mobile phones. 1993, the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency, DARPA, and the Army Research Laboratory established the Face Recognition Technology Program. 1994, the first banner ad appears on Wired's website hotwire.com on October 27. 1994, the cookie is invented for Netscape Navigator, marking the first time websites can reliably store data on users' computers. 1994, Amazon is founded. 1994, Yahoo is founded. 1995, eBay is founded. 1996, the Telecommunications Act of 1996 is signed, deregulating the telecommunications industry, including the internet, paving the way for major tech companies to grow into dominant market positions. 1996, DoubleClick, one of the world's first ad servers, launches. 1997, Nokia introduces its Nokia 6110, which includes Snake, one of the earliest and most successful games on mobile phones. 1998, PayPal is founded. 1998, Google is founded. 1999, the Matrix film releases. 1999, the concept of network-centric warfare is first fully articulated in the U.S. Department of Defense Command and Control Research Program's book, Network-Centric Warfare, Developing and Leveraging Information Superiority, which adapts modern business information management principles to military operations. 1999, the term Web 2.0 is coined. 2000, the dot-com crash begins. 2000, Wuyu in Guangdong, China, becomes one of the largest e-waste towns in the world. 2000, Download Valley begins to take shape in Tel Aviv, with strategies and technologies developed there set to have a global impact on software distribution and online advertising. The principles of user acquisition, engagement metrics, and monetization strategies refined in Download Valley will become standard practices across the advertising intelligence industry, influencing how companies worldwide approach these areas. 2000, the terminology of digital labor is first popularized by Tiziana Terranova in her influential article, Free Labor, Producing Culture for the Digital Economy. 2001, after the 9/11 attacks, the FBI's 4G terrorist tracking task force combines intelligence with commercial data from 4 major data brokers, Axiom, Sysint, LexisNexis, and ChoicePoint, marking a significant expansion in the government's use of commercial data for national security purposes. 2002, the term surveillance is coined. The term refers to the recording of an activity by a member of the public rather than a person, organization, and authority, typically by way of a small wearable or portable personal technologies. 2002, Amazon Web Services launch. 2003, Total Information Awareness, a U.S. Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency program that proposes mining vast amounts of Americans' data to identify potential national security threats, launches. 2004, Right Media releases the first ad server to incorporate predictive analytics for optimizing ad inventory value, marking a shift from simple ad serving to intelligent pricing automation. 2004, Facebook is founded. 2004, Flickr is founded. 2004, Gmail launches. 2005, Me at the Zoo becomes the first video uploaded to YouTube. 2005, Google Analytics, one of the most widely implemented web tracking services in the world, launches. 2006, WikiLeaks launches. 2006, Twitter is founded. 2007, the first tweet with location data embedded is invented and published by a user. 2007, the first iPhone launches. 2008, the first commercial Android device launches. 2008, Bolivia inaugurates a pilot plan to begin small-scale lithium extraction and refining at Salada Uni, the largest lithium deposit in the world. 2009, Angry Birds launches. 2009, WhatsApp launches. 2010, Instagram launches. 2010, AppNexus releases its real-time bidding platform, enhancing user profiling and data usage. 2010, the first Arab Spring begins. 2011, on July 11, Adam Schwartz is indicted by a federal grand jury on charges of wire fraud and bill fraud for allegedly downloading a large number of academic articles from JSTOR, a digital library of academic journals and research papers. 2011, Gravy Analytics, a marketing-oriented data broker which pioneered the sale of commercial location data to the US government, is founded. 2012, Candy Crush Saga, the world's most successful mobile phone game in terms of players, 500 million in 2023, launches. 2013, Edward Snowden provides journalists with thousands of classified NSA documents, which reveal extensive surveillance programs being conducted by the NSA and its international partners. In 2014, a January 27 article in the New York Times revealed that the NSA and GCHQ collected user data from popular mobile phone apps, including Angry Birds. 2014, the term selfie becomes mainstream. 2015, Facebook reaches 1 billion daily active users. 2016, TikTok launches. 2016, an advertising CEO who worked with an anti-abortion and Christian groups sent targeted advertisements to women sitting in Planned Parenthood clinics. 2016, Planet Risk, a defense and intelligence analytics company working with various defense and intelligence agencies within the US government, demonstrates Locomotive, a demo program capable of tracking mobile phones through advertising data. The demonstration tracked the movement of 168,786 mobile phones in Aleppo, Syria. 2017, Donald Trump becomes the 45th president of the United States of America. 2017, AdInt, advertising intelligence, a term used to describe intelligence gathering through the purchasing of online ads, is coined by researchers at the University of Washington in the US. 2017, Project Maven, the epicenter of American AI military efforts, launch. The Maven Smart System fuses various data sources, satellite imagery, geolocation data, and communications intercepts into a unified interface for battlefield analysis. 2018, Google joins Project Maven. 2018, Cambridge Analytica, a British consulting firm, is exposed for secretly collecting personal data from 87 million Facebook users. The company gathered this data without users' consent and used it to target voters with political advertisements. 2018, an article published by Forbes on May 21st states that there are 2.5 quintillion bytes of data created each day. that 90% of the world's data has been created in the last 2 years alone. Year 2019, Congo accounts for 70% of global production of conflict minerals, tantalum, tin, tungsten, and gold, crucial for everyday technologies, but most often linked to armed conflicts and related human rights abuses. 2019, The Age of Surveillance Capitalism by Shoshana Zuboff is published. 2019, Microsoft joins Project Maven. 2020, Amazon joins Project Maven. 2020, an article published by Vice Motherboard on November 16 reveals that user location data from Maslow Pro, a popular Maslow training app with over 98 million downloads, has been bought by the US military through defense contractors. 2021, on January 6, thousands of protesters breached the US Capitol building, while Congress was certifying the 2020 presidential election results. 2021, a book titled The Human Machine Team, How to Create Synergy Between Human and Artificial Intelligence That Will Revolutionize Our World, authored by a current commander of Israel's Elite Unit 8200, is released in English. The book argues for creating a machine capable of processing vast data to rapidly generate thousands of potential military targets to be worked on. This technology, the author suggests, would overcome the human bottleneck in identifying and approving new targets. 2021, the term kill cloud is firstly coined by Lisa Ling and C.S. Werlan in the book Whistleblowing for Change, Exposing Systems of Power and Injustice, edited by Tatiana Vitzikela. 2021, for the first time, American soldiers strike a target located and identified by an AI program in an exercise at Fort Liberty, North Carolina, in the US. 2022, a top official in the US Catholic Church resigned after his cell phone data was linked to Grindr and various gay bars. 2022, far-right party gets power in Italy. 2022, Elon Musk acquires Twitter for $44 billion. 2023, Lavender, an artificial intelligence system designed to generate assassination targets, is deployed indiscriminately to bomb Gaza during the initial weeks of the war. 2023, Palantir Technologies, the data analytics company and the pro-military arm of Silicon Valley, wins lucrative England's National Health Service data contract. 2023, OpenAI launches ChatGPT.
In 2024, Elon Musk joins Donald Trump in a phone conversation with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on November 6.
You don't own me. I'm not just one of your many toys. You don't own me. Don't say I can't go with other boys. And don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to say. And please, when I go out with you, don't put me on display. 'Cause you don't own me. Don't try to change me.
Thank you. Also, thanks a lot to Dennis Ajicek for the live sound there.
I hope that the audience didn't suffer too much.
Sorry.
And, I almost collapsed in 1996. That is the year in which I joined the internet, and I really felt how old I am.
Oh, no.
And maybe they catch me there. That is why I was not able anymore to follow. No, but I follow. Okay, so now we will do a break of half an hour, and please come back to listen also to Joanna, Lisa Ling, Jack Paulson, and Naomi Colvin. Sorry, I'm still a bit disoriented by this performance. I had to try to speak for 2 hours. Then they will present the research they did at the Disruption Network Institute, so it's a very important moment for us, but was really great, actually. I felt that really gave the sense of the kill cloud.
Cool. That was the idea.
Yes, I think you got it. Bye.